Welcome to Frenat Farms. Basically, today I'm going to show you how I got my vines to get some more vines for my sweet potato garden. Let's go watch this video. So now you can see my soil is ready. Very fertile soil which I'll be using to plant right now. My vine isn't so much, so I'll divide it into maybe 4 or 6. And I'll plant 3 here and I'll plant 3 here. But in case I should divide it into 4, I'll plant 2 here and I'll plant 2 here. So let's do that right now. This is the vine. As I'm speaking, it has been here for 3 days. We harvested on Sunday and I took this. Okay, so here is it. I was trying to divide it into 4, but I got 6. I don't know if it is good enough, but let me just plant it and see. So I'll put 1 here. So this was how I got my planting materials for the other sweet potatoes that I planted in the sacks. It grew so nicely some few days later, and I knew I'd gotten my planting materials to plant for the rest of the sacks. So this is the texture of the soil that I'll be using, and these are the sacks I'll be planting in. Okay, so in cutting the vines, I didn't wait for the sweet potato to reach the maturity stage for me to harvest it. I just cut some of the vines and I used them in planting. So this is what I have now that I'm going to use to plant. And I'm going to plant in sacks, as I've already told you. You can see this one even has some roots on it, and so the germination will be very, very fast. Now we are done with planting. All we have to do is to wait and see how the passing days go with the growth of each plant in each sack. Talking about challenges, my main challenge was with the snails that have been coming to eat my leaves. So all this while, these snails were the animals that were eating my cabbage. Before this time, I had some cabbages here, and I've always been saying that some insects have been eating my cabbages, and I don't know which insects. I got evidence from here that they are actually snails that have been eating the leaves. So I've collected a number of them. I don't even know what to use them for, but I'll have to be collecting them from time to time. So the challenge I faced, the major challenge I faced here was with the snails. This sweet potato is just in 3 sacks over here. 3 sacks, and I got them to be used as planting material for these other sacks over here. All these sacks were planted from the sweet potato over there, and I've been able to collect some of the snails. I don't know what to do with them, and there are a lot more all around the place. You see a lot of snails over here, a lot of them. You can pick over 20 right now if you want to count them. That's another snail, a lot of snails. So they will all be moving to the other side in the evening. Can you see snails? About 10 right now over here. So all these snails are the worry to my sweet potato. And so far, that's the only challenge I face with the sweet potatoes over here. So that was how I was able to get the vines in abundance to plant these very sweet potatoes that I have over here. And after getting what I needed, I had to dump the rest because I harvested them. I shouldn't have harvested. I should have cut the vines and left the main crops to still continue growing. But I harvested them and I dumped them here, and still have one bucket or one sack of the sweet potatoes that maybe in future I may harvest. So basically that was how I got my sweet potatoes to plant. So I've left only this one here, which I will have to harvest later on in the future, and also maybe plant it somewhere. So you can also do the same to get your vines. It is not always that you have to buy. This is the method I used to get mine. There are many other methods, but this was what I used to get mine. So you can also learn. Thank you. So that was how I got my vines to do my garden. If this video has been educative to you and has made any meaning to you, please try to subscribe to Frenat Farms.